Oh my God. Yeah, actually,
That's
on that
perfect.
note, when I was home for Christmas, my mom gave me this diary that she'd written. I had no idea that she'd done this. She wrote this diary for 10 years of my upbringing, and she wrote entries and just recorded things that I was saying.
That is amazing.
And just like everything I got for Christmas that year, and just like everything. Like
How much of a jerk you were being, I assume?
Oh yeah. Oh man. And just like weird stuff where
I saw you tweet that, and I just want a full report.
It's like weird stuff that you realize, like, oh man, that's the way I am, like that, and like that's why I am the way I am. This specific moment in time.
Man, your mom did it right.
Like what?
Oh, dude, I mean, it's right here, but I didn't transcribe. Well, I mean, there's one that's just here. This is a good one for thumbs. I'll just pull it out. And
I'm gonna want more of these next week.
Yeah, next
FYI.
Next week I'll do a real one. But there's one in here. You know what? I don't know if I can find it right now, but she's just like, the thing you're saying all the time lately is pretty good. I guess you're picking up all my sayings and all my mannerisms. I was like, oh my God. Oh no. I was 3 years old when she wrote that.
Oh my God.
Like, all right.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's stuff that's even better, like way better than that. But like, that's just one example for people who know that I say that phrase all the time.
All of this. I need
Yeah, I might just do a Tumblr or something at some point.
Yeah.
Like, it's because it's crazy.
I want exclusive reveals first.
No, we'll do like the WikiLeaks, like, New York Times condensed version.
But just go through the whole thing with just a cell phone camera, and just put the images up on Tumblr. Yeah, you don't need to just transcribe them. Make it easy. I'll read your mom's handwriting. I don't give a fuck. God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
And I mean, specifically for it to be Nick Breckon of all people.
Yeah,
that's who you want to see the evidence of why they are the way they are.
Anyway,
your mom
I can't
is
believe,
a lord.
Yeah,
my mom was clearly a more notable person than I am.
Your mom is fucking out. She took that whole diary down, and now she's like hardcore gamer.
Yeah,
she just plays PS4 all the time.
Definitely, I failed completely because I think my mom is actually a better person than I am, like verifiably. She wanted me to be so good. You could just like all of her entries are just like, God, I hope you're like this, and I'm just no,
this is getting better and worse.
Oh no,
which makes it better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
NickBreckonsMom.tumblr.com coming soon. No one take that URL. Nick, go take that URL now.
Video games. There's an iPhone game I played, but I might wait on that because I'm more interested in something Nick has.
Yeah. So I guess I teased this like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you teased it.
So I went home over Christmas break, and just to recap, and my mom pulled a weird surprise out of a bag, which was this diary that she had written. By the way, this is not related to video games at all, although it is sort of tangentially related
bet
to
video
video
games
games.
are mentioned somewhere.
Oh yeah, they're mentioned.
Did you fall into this diary and find yourself in a surrealistic world?
With a man speaking to me.
Yeah.
A red man.
What?
Wait, what?
Don't you remember Myst? There was like a weird...
there's a red book guy
with a red book guy, and there's a blue book guy.
Guested in Myst? Myst featuring Red Man? Yeah, no, I do remember the red guy and the blue guy.
Yeah, the red guy and the blue guy. So, in any case...
oh man, sorry. I hope that the witness has one of those like puzzle entry things that you could just beat the game with if you happen to know the answer.
Oh my God.
In the true spirit of Myst, if you could just turn around and right behind your spawn is just the
I could totally see Jonathan Blow putting that into his game. The clues were there the entire time. I mean, anyone could have... I'm not going to explain it to anyone. You could have just beat the game instantly. If you were smart enough.
We can only hope. Anyway, Nick, Redman. Yeah. I mean,
yes.
I mean,
my
your
father.
Life. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
My dad, the red man. So anyway, I pulled a few excerpts from this thing. I mean, it's so she wrote in this diary, not every day, but
can I browse through this? Is that okay?
I mean, you can. I'm not gonna like I said, I'm not gonna read everything, and a lot of it is just very. Like sweet in the way that like parents can be, and so she was like, don't read this on the podcast. It's really embarrassing. She told me she almost threw it out before she gave it to me.
Oh my God. What?
Which is really,
wow, good thing she didn't.
There's even more than that book as well, but.
Oh yeah, this book's not even complete.
Yeah.
The story of Nick Breckon has yet to be concluded.
Right. But I'll read a little bit.
The last page of this that has writing on it. As I turn to the page, I realize that an invisible hand is writing it, and it's describing you being on this podcast right
now. Yeah, my life is just a Harry Potter photo in process.
Nick Breckon said.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll start at the very beginning and then just kind of skip through.
Wait, is there a page torn out?
No, this is a little drawing.
Oh God! See, this is my nightmare. Is you just like going through that? This is why I pulled like carefully excerpted segments.
Who's Jim Witzelben?
I have no idea. What is that? Oh, that's a postcard.
Nick, your life has been an ARG.
Doesn't matter. Keep going.
Anyway, so the first entry starts. Dear Nick, and I'm just gonna sort of like begin with a couple of like typical entries, and then get to the ones that I think are actually kind of interesting.
Okay.
So, dear Nick, I've been trying to find the time to write down a few thoughts for you, but the past 3 weeks have been really hectic. So this is just like right after my birth. So tonight, as you sleep next to me on the couch, while it's quiet here, Dad's at Super Bowl 19 party. I'll try to say a few things. Hilarious to me, by the way, that like my dad is at a Super Bowl party 2 weeks after I was born. Classic dad. Anyway. And she goes on, the day after you were born was a warm December day, blah, 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 blah. So then skip forward to January 21st. And she goes, Inauguration Day, another 4 years of Ronald Reagan. God help us. This is so weird that she's writing this diary to me, but also just kind of like getting out her thoughts because she's probably just too busy as a mom to like have any outlet. God help us. Your mother is a liberal in a conservative age. You've been fussing for 3 hours. Then there was just a pause. You just loaded your pants. Now, now that I've changed them, peace has descended upon this house. So anyway, so she goes on, May 30th, 1985, and I'm like, I guess 5 months old, rather. If I could halt you at any stage, it would be right here. You are so cute and lovable. I'm 5 months old. If I could just stunt your growth right now, everything would be perfect. So then it continues. September 19th. You look more and more like a little boy. You are getting closer to walking. And then she goes on and on and on. April 4th, 1986. The other day I got out of the shower and you walked in and handed me a foot off a doll Nana gave you. Well, the legs and feet are porcelain, so I hurried to the den where I left you watching TV, and here was your Julie with both legs and feet smashed to bits and a pair of pliers next to her. And you kept talking about how concerned you were. So, like, you gotta know, like, the first, like, 30 entries of this are just, oh, I love you so much, and you're such a sweet, nice boy. And then just everything starts to slide.
You're dismembering a porcelain doll with pliers.
Yeah. April 23rd. You are breaking glass and love it. Last night you picked an expensive glass out of the dishwasher. And just as I said, no, you threw it across the room. You have a belligerent side to you that I don't like at all.
Oh, no.
January 4th, 1987. Favorite sayings. I like macaroni. I like snot. Occasionally she would write down just the things that I'm saying lately.
Yeah.
Everything is pretty good to you right now.
Yes.
I love that.
You've got everyone saying it. I think you are picking up all my expressions. I never realized how many I had. Yeah, I don't know. I was 2, maybe.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. This is an amazing entry. This is a really amazingly prescient entry. April 5th, it has nothing really to do with my development, just my mom being weird. So April 5th, 1987, I'm about 2.5. We had a lot of fun at the ocean, but by the end of the second week, Dad was really missing us and I was getting homesick too. We had spent 3 weeks with older people and we needed to get back to our schedule. Also, to preface this, I was reading this entry when I was 30 years old, riding in the back of a car with my parents driving, okay? So this is the setup. I made a lot of observations about the elderly, and then it hit me that when you were a young man, Dad and I will be that old. Nana turned 70 while we were in Florida, and she's in really good shape. Anyway, since Dad and I will be 70 when you are 30, some things to make a note of. It's just, this was blowing my mind that I'm reading this thing. Number 1, please tell me when you need to eat more than I might. Nana seemed to cook enough food for us, but I would buy us healthy snacks in Phoenix as Gladys can make a meal out of a chicken wing. 2, insist on driving the car when we lose our ability to keep up with the flow of traffic. My dad is forgetting where to turn, and he slows down and speeds up until I'm ready to scream. Don't let me do that. Number 3, don't feel you have to sit around and be nice. I hope I'm not boring or lose my sense of humor so you won't enjoy my company. Aw. 4, if I can't hear, get me a hearing aid. If I make clicking noises with my mouth, tell me. In essence, speak freely but kindly. What a weird, interesting thing. Anyway, June 10th, some favorite expressions. God damn it. What the heck? Let's cooperate and no. Just the word no. I'm not
Let's
3 yet.
cooperate.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. It's very at odds. Oh, this one's good. October 22nd, started a bowling league. You're in a team with 2 other boys your age. So far, your average is 7 and you have a lot of fun. The only problem is you have to play with the video games between your turns, and every week now you have pushed and hurt some kid.
Was it like a Game Boy?
I guess so. Well, no, there must have been like an arcade
at the
machine.
bowling alley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I apparently was like beating up kids to play this game. Anyway.
This is the best reader mail of all time.
Almost 3.5 years old. You're such an aggressive, fist-flying little boy. Favorite thing, Ghostbusters. You have Peter, Winston, Egon, and Ray. You know their last names, have the car, Ecto-1 vehicle, which you call the Ecto-1 vehicle.
Yes.
Recent expressions, you are making me nervous, and I hate this damn thing.
What a strange little kid you were.
I'm 3 years old. One day you recently woke up from a nap in the car and said, I feel just like a scientist. 2 days ago,
Maybe
you got
you'll
up
be
in
a scientist.
Dude, yeah, right, that's what she said.
Wah, wah,
yeah. No, he'll just beat up kids and play video games. 2 days ago, you got up in the morning and said, as you walked out of the room, it sure feels nice to use my legs again. And then said, Mom, if this is my forehead, where is my 2 head? Words you used lately, mesmerized, process, and anxiety. Wow. It's such a
mesmerized,
weird...
process, and anxiety.
Oh, this
the Nick Breckon story.
So I'll sort of wrap up here, but this is an interesting one. October 18th, there was a bad earthquake in San Francisco last evening, and as we drove to school, I was describing to you what happened. I was going on and on about broken water lines and gas lines and how hard it would be to live without each. And at the end of my discourse, you piped up and said simply, "That's just the way it goes, Mom." A weird thing. Anyway, lots of stuff about, like, Ghostbusters, and we went to Disney World, and your favorite rides were Pirates of the Caribbean. But there's a lot of other like weird, hilarious, crazy stuff I need to still pull out of there. This just gets up to like 2.5 or 3.
Right.
It's such
How old were you when she stopped journaling about you?
I think I was 10.
No, you were 8.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's a gap in this book between 1992 and 2004.
Yeah, there's another book that is sort of like supplemental. But it's so strange reading.
There's entries from 2004?
There's one entry from 2004 when she finds this book, and she writes, "What the hell happened? You are now on your way home from Western Michigan University for a Christmas break. I just found this book while looking for a recipe in my cookbook file. You're going to enjoy reading some of this."
So that was what? That was 2004?
Yeah.
She didn't give it to me for another 12 years. Weird.
Nope. Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I'll have to pull some more stuff. That's like, there's a lot of weird garbage about Nintendo. Anyway. Yeah, it was just really interesting to read about, like, in detail, and draw lines to, like, what you are now, and realize that basically in the first 3 years of your life, so much is set down, and it's gross.
Oh, yeah.
It's super gross.
I've read a lot of stuff about that recently, for whatever reason. Like, a lot of things about what foods you eat in just the first 2 years of your life. Like, if you don't eat sort of a broad enough range of food during those years, it becomes incredibly difficult as an adult to, like, have a sort of healthy taste for foods that are good for you and stuff. Just weird shit like that where it's like, holy shit, you can be messed up so early. I mean, obviously you can come back from that stuff, but it's much, much harder. It's crazy how things introduced to you at such a young age actually have a really long-term impact.
Yeah, it's something about the way, like, neurons develop and they just sort of, like, lock into place, and then that's just the way that your brain is configured. Yeah.
It is bonkers.
Yeah.